Hi, quick check-in on the Paragraph Project. If you don't know me, I'm Erica from the Teacher Next Door team. If you don't know what the Paragraph Project is, you can go back, if you were on our newsletter list, you can go back a couple emails and check that out. I broke the whole thing down, but quick high-level overview for you is we are using Explicit Writing Instruction to teach paragraphs step by step by step. Our nation's 8th graders are writing at a 27% proficiency level, meaning 8 out of every 30 kids in a class are leaving and going off as proficient to the next level, and 22 of them are not, and that is a major problem. Our big box writing curriculums that are coming with our reading curriculums and Writer's Workshop are not cutting it anymore. Like, have I used Workshop myself in my own classroom? Absolutely. Are there parts of it that I enjoyed? For sure. But it's broken. It's not yielding results that we need to see in our nation. We need our kids to be able to write, especially with AI now. They still have to learn how to write proficiently, and we need to be able to give them these skills now at a foundational level before AI totally takes over and they are reliant on that entirely, because writing proficiency and comprehension are inexplicably tied too. So you can see all of my paragraph writing posters behind me here. Right now, what you're looking at on my screen is the Writing Hub. This is on our website. You can just click this yellow bar up here. All of our articles in regards to explicit writing instruction, because here's the deal. We've been on TPT for 12, 13, 14 years now, and we have one of the most used writing resources on all of TPT, and for good reason. 30,000 people have utilized our paragraph writing resource because it breaks things down step by step by step and actually allows kids to master proficiency by slowly and gradually releasing responsibility over to them. So I digress. Here is our Writing Hub. All of our articles are sorted by topic here. So if you want to learn about explicit writing instruction, you've heard that buzzword, but you don't know a lot about it, you click that button right here. We also start our year with sentence level instruction. This is totally different. We focus on upper elementary, but I'm going to say 25% of the people who utilize our resources teach grades 6 and above, because we've let our 8th graders go into high school without being proficient at writing. So that's why we're seeing such a huge influx of high school teachers and even junior high teachers using our resources, because again, our writing resources currently are not cutting it. So we do start out the year with sentence level instruction, like fully going over fragments, run-ons, complete sentences, how to expand sentences, compound sentences, appositives, things like that. That at this point in the year is already over. If you haven't implemented that, but you know that you have kids who need sentence level instruction, a lot of people utilize this for like an RTI or some sort of intervention, small group where you've got kids who have big Swiss cheese holes in their learning. Paragraph writing. All of our paragraph writing articles are right here for you. That is where we are right now, hence the Paragraph Project. We do go on to essay writing. We are not skipping over 5-paragraph essay writing. We're just not jumping into it at the beginning of the school year. We're not throwing our kids to the wolves and saying write a 5-paragraph essay when they don't even have the executive functioning skills or like the cognitive demand for writing an essay is just not there when they're, think about it. Some of them are 8, 9, 10. That's too much, too soon, right? We've got to slow down. All right. Writing assessment, all of our articles are right there. And then system and structures and like how we set up our classrooms and whatnot. This is all here for you. But I wanted to show you, if you scroll down, our newest articles always pop up here. If you want to see all of them, you can click this button right here. The most recent one I have posted is using the science of writing to teach paragraph writing in 6 weeks. So again, this is our paragraph project, runs from typically the beginning of October to about like conference time, right before Thanksgiving break, depending on like when Thanksgiving falls. This is 6 weeks of structured lessons for just paragraphs. I know that sounds ridiculous that we're taking 6 weeks to write paragraphs, but if you do this now and you do it slowly, because I'm going to be perfectly honest, I've got a 90-minute block for reading. Getting through reading itself, or for Eli, I should say, getting through reading itself and then having time for writing is like this big. So we are slowing down and teaching in that structured way, slowly releasing responsibility over to our students. And yes, it does take us 6 weeks, and yes, it's totally worth it. So this article right here goes over the whole paragraph project if you would like to join us for this. Our motto here, because we are on TPT, if you follow us, you already know that, right? However, we've been on TPT for so long and we've seen this issue with writing. Do we have writing resources on TPT? Absolutely. I'm going to be completely transparent with you. We absolutely do. However, with a 27% proficiency rate, we sat down and we decided we can no longer just charge people for resources and not educate teachers, because think about your college experience and your teacher preparation programs. When did you ever have a class that taught you how to teach writing? I didn't. Like, I was lucky enough to have a class that went over MTSS, and that was like gold, because that was unheard of 15 years ago, 17 years, however many years ago, 20 years ago. We do not prep our teachers on how to teach writing, and because writing and comprehension are inexplicably linked, like they're linked, they go together. We are seeing, we're moving towards something more successful with using the science of reading, but now we need to implement the science of writing. Like, we need to utilize these research-backed practices in our classroom in order to up the proficiency level. So our mission here is to give every teacher every how-to. Like, we are going to teach you how to do this, no matter what, for free. Like, we're giving it to everyone because we want to solve this writing crisis. Do we have resources available to you if you just want to print them off and go? Absolutely. But you have our absolute permission to utilize what you see on our website. I was a new teacher once. I would see things on Pinterest and I would go home, turn on Netflix, and I would create that resource myself to make it fit my needs in my classroom. You have our absolute permission to do that. Like, if you want to look at our stuff and recreate it or utilize what you have in your classroom, like, because you might have some of this stuff, you might have to rearrange it, but you still might have some of this stuff. You have our absolute permission to do that. I want to show you our lesson plans, because the Paragraph Project has like day-by-day lesson plans, because you're probably like, great, I can create it myself, but how and where? These are the writing lesson plans. They include the first 4 weeks of instruction, which is the sentence level instruction. So if you see over here, CSWP, Comprehensive Sentence Writing Program, that's what we have on TPT. But if you click it, hold on, let me move myself over real quick. If you click it over here, it breaks every single unit down by day. Now, I don't have this like Monday through Friday, because honestly, by the time I get to Monday afternoon, my lesson plans are already need to be fixed, because fire drills and things happen, and you know your students. Like, if they're not grasping something, you can't just move on to the next day, right? Although that's what admin would like us to do, right? Okay, I digress. If you go step by step here and look at these days, the objectives are there for you. Like, this is exactly what we're teaching. Again, we have the resources available for you. You don't have to use them. You can just use our lesson plans. Oh, also, when you get a copy of these are editable. So if you have to send them to your admin, you have editing access. So you can just like put your name on them if you want to, or edit it or change the objectives. The Common Core standards are on here because that's what's most typically used around the country. If you use TEKS or something, again, you can edit it. You can just change it yourself if you'd like to. You can see here the progression of our lesson plans are I do, we do, you do, to slowly release that responsibility over to students. It does refer to the resources that we use. These resources are named like the same. If you scroll down here, you can see like this is from this unit here. So if you happen to buy this unit, you just search for this resource that's listed here within this unit. Otherwise, just create it yourself if you want to, or use something that you have, totally fine. But you can see here, this is what I'm teaching. And this is not like a typical mini lesson. This is, I mean, they don't take super long because we don't have much time to teach, but it's not your typical writer's workshop mini lesson. Like, I'm not teaching for 5-10 minutes and then like letting kids go write in their writing journal. I'm slowly releasing them, slowly, because if I release them and they go practice something and they're practicing it incorrectly, how many times does this happen during workshop? And they're practicing it incorrectly, and they're practicing it incorrectly, and they're practicing it incorrectly. They're now solidifying very poor writing habits, and that is continuing from 3rd grade to 4th grade to 5th grade, on to 8th grade, obviously. And then we hear from high school teachers all the time that say, my kids cannot write. So here's the solution to that. All right, the we do. This is where, like, I don't release my kids into groups. Like, they're still with me. I am just allowing them to have some sort of practice and then bringing them back to me so that I can check proficiency. Like, I can see where they're at. This is that anecdotal evidence. If you've been teaching for more than 5 seconds, you know that you already naturally do this in your classroom, right? But I'm not releasing them. They're still with me. I'm still checking in with them. Partner and group work or independent work, if a kid wants to work by themselves, more power to them. This is when they are practicing independently. This is where I take typically a formative assessment so I can see where their independent skill level is. All of those activities here. So independently, they're working on the subject and predicate sorts. Again, we're starting at the sentence level. Like, this is really beginning. This was at the beginning of the school year. At this point in time in the school year, it's over. So we are, and I put my little pin to show you where we are right now. We're on unit 2 of the complete paragraph program. So we've already done sentence level instruction. Don't worry if you haven't done it. You can use it, again, like I said, as intervention. So For Unit 2, this is, if I scroll down right here, this is topic sentences. So we have already done Unit 1, which is just looking at the organization of a paragraph. I know my background is blurred behind me, but we use color coding system to really break down how paragraphs are written with a topic sentences, with a supporting idea, with details, and with a conclusion sentence. All of that is explained in here. We don't write the first week of paragraph level instruction. We are reading well-written paragraph after well-written paragraph after well-written paragraph. I have not ever come across a writing curriculum that has ever provided me with enough exemplars to show my students without me having to create them. Our program has them, by the way. Like, you just print them off. You don't have to write them yourself, because honestly, I did not have time to sit there and write a million paragraphs, but our program has them, print them off, send them to Google Classroom. Everything's digital too. So we are just looking at well-written paragraphs here. We are also not only analyzing the organization of these paragraphs, we are also reverse outlining during this time. So kids are reading these paragraphs and then organizing, like, what is the topic of this paragraph? What is in that topic sentence? They're using an outline, a T-chart, to organize this. What are the 3 supporting ideas? Or 2 if they're a little bit younger. What are they? They're physically finding them in the paragraphs that I've given them. They're putting the supporting ideas down. What are the details? What did the author put as the detail that connects directly back to each and every supporting idea? They're practicing this first with me, then independently checking in, and then we're independently checking in with them, in that we do together, and then independently where I am taking that as a formative assessment, sometimes a summative assessment. I know some of us have requirements for how many grades you need in the grade book. Those are great to use. All right, once we have reversed outlined, in Unit 1, we are moving on to topic sentences here. Again, everything is broken down for you. I need to change this, by the way. This is a little error. Let me put Unit 2 in here. There we go. All right, topic sentences, just breaking that down, is Unit 2. We use 5 types of topic sentences. This is so their writing does not become prescriptive. Different writing for different audiences needs different things. Different topics need different things. We teach all 5 types of topic sentences. We do this for 5 days straight. It works very, very well. Do I expect them to memorize this? No, I do not. I have posters all around my room. I send them to them digitally. When I write personally, I utilize my resources. I utilize the internet. I am not taking that away from my students. I am providing them with the supports they need when they need it. So they're allowed to utilize those as long as they can execute that themselves on paper. We're good to go. Units 3 and 4 are a little bit shorter. They are only 3 days long. They are the supporting ideas and the details. The reason why they're a little bit shorter is because that's the meat of your paragraph. You're basically repeating that skill. If you're using 3 supporting ideas, you're just once you master it, you're just repeating it with different supporting ideas and obviously different details. That is where we are right now. That is a quick little overview of the paragraph project, our mission. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me. I will put my email, like wherever you're reading this, in the description box. I will put it down there. Shoot me an email. I'm happy to answer questions for you. If you want a copy of the writing lesson plans, I will send that to you as well. This is directly derived from our Explicit Writing Kickstarter kit. If you're on our newsletter list, you already have access to that. It's a almost 100-page freebie that breaks down everything you could possibly need to implement explicit writing instruction, because we've got that mission. Our kids need to write better. All right, let me know what questions you have, and I'm happy to answer them. Take care.